afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 as we begin another week. Susan continues to be on family leave with her folks down in South Carolina, so Brady Mallory is here.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. A lot cooler today than it was over the weekend.
Ooh, it was a scorcher out.
It really was. We'll get to the weather in just a minute, but first, topping the headlines today, Verona police are investigating after the body of a Madison woman was recovered from a retention pond.
The NTSB is investigating a plane that crashed after flying into restricted airspace over Washington, D.C. I'm Natalie Brand with what we know about the aircraft and those on board.
And a local food pantry sees a massive increase in need over the last year. Kyle Pozorski shows us how it's responding in just a minute. But first, Verona police are investigating after they say the body of a Madison woman was recovered from a retention pond this morning. Officers and paramedics were called to part of Cross Country Road just before 8:30 a.m. after a report of a body in a retention pond. Police say the woman was alone and the circumstances of her death are under investigation. The woman's name has not been released, but police believe her death was an isolated incident and there is no further threat to the public.
Firefighters from multiple agencies were battling a house fire this afternoon outside of Black Earth. Dane County dispatchers said the fire was first reported around 12:55 this afternoon in the 4900 block of Icefelt Road. An office building on the property is considered a total loss. However, the main residence and barn on the property were unaffected. The cause of the fire has not been determined. There were no injuries reported. The building and its contents are estimated to be worth $500,000 to $750,000. Let's take a look outside.
Getting their steps in today.
Everybody's getting their steps in. I'm not sure where we're going here, but it's back to the 70s for the weather, at least.
And when it's that comfortable out, who cares where you're going if you can get outside?
Take a walk outside. Greg's in the backyard enjoying this lovely weather as well.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be cooling down here starting tomorrow. Today, we're still fairly warm out there with the haze and smoke. That's actually indicating with air quality advisories out there for sensitive groups. But hopefully, this will be about the last day we deal with the smoke. Visible satellite shows a cloud cover out there picking up a little bit, but so far not in much way of any precipitation. Bigger picture shows overall most of it's to the west right now. Hard to see the smoke out there as much. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. Shower activity is really to the west right now. We'll see that later in the night when the front gets closer to us. If we zoom in, that's the relative humidity. That's how dry it is. So it is going to take some time to moisten up the atmosphere to get some of these rain showers. But right now we're hovering into 20%, even teens. So it's very dry out there as it has been for the last several days. Temperatures have boosted up to the mid 80s, even upper 80s as you go closer to Janesville area. Once again, it's dry, so it's kind of a dry heat, but still we're going to see those dew points come up. Bigger picture shows that cooler air to the north in the UP up to the 60s and 70s. We will see eventually that get our way. It's just going to take probably till tomorrow till we see that. For the meantime, this evening, we're looking at temperatures going back down into about the mid-60s towards midnight. Increasing cloud cover, but not expecting any precipitation yet with light winds. For what's coming up next, we'll actually detail those rain chances that are going to be coming later tonight and tomorrow. Give you an idea if that heat or humidity comes back and if we'll see any precipitation or significant stuff later down the road.
All right, we'll check back. Great, thank you. Inflation continues to affect many in Dane County as food, rent, and gas prices continue to climb. People who could afford those necessities before are making cuts to their budgets.
A clear sign of just how bad it's been is the rise in families relying on food pantries. Kyle Pozorski joins us to share what those pantries and food banks are doing to help. Kyle?
Well, today I spoke with Madison area food pantries to hear how they are working to continue serving their communities, all while the number of customers continues to climb. Extended Hands Pantry on Madison's west side has seen a 136% increase in families coming once a month compared to a year ago. They say the end of pandemic era assistance programs, along with the cost of goods going up, is what's causing this demand.
I don't know if it's quite as pronounced with the clientele we have coming to our food pantry, but all the COVID, the pandemic assistances, have recently ended, and that certainly is another driving force.
Severka went on to tell me that in her 2-decade career in food pantries, she's never seen a spike in demand like they're seeing now. I also spoke with people at the McFarland Food Pantry. They tell me there that they've seen the number of families served per week nearly double. Data from Feeding America shows 1 in 8 Wisconsinites are food insecure. Add this to what we're seeing locally, and it all goes to show people are feeling the pain of rising costs.
Thank you, Kyle. In 2019, after Democrats swept elections for statewide office in Wisconsin, Republican lawmakers held a lame duck session to strip powers from the incoming governor and attorney general before they took office. Today, the legal fight contesting one of the laws continues, even as Governor Tony Evers and Attorney General Josh Kaul have won re-election and are serving their second terms. Kaul is challenging parts of the lame duck laws, limiting the power of his office to reach settlements in civil lawsuits.
The legislature does not have any more power than what the Wisconsin Constitution gives to it. And what we know is that the legislature has never, before in Wisconsin history, had a shared role in settling these categories, even to quote-unquote big money settlements.
Whatever the court decides will be appealed to the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Law enforcement shot and killed a man in St. Croix County Saturday night after officials said he confronted them with a long gun. The St. Croix County deputies and New Richmond police were called to Star Prairie Township just after 10:45 p.m. for a report of a domestic disturbance. A woman told dispatchers that her husband was threatening to, quote, bring out his AR. Officials said the man made threats and at one point exited the house with a long gun and confronted officers. A St. Croix County sheriff and a New Richmond police officer then shot at the man. He was struck and died at the scene. Well, driving people in a mental health crisis to hospitals takes up a lot of law enforcement time in Wisconsin. This month, Madison police are finding a new way to fix that.
Catherine Merck joins us live downtown to explain why this help is so critical. Catherine?
The department tells me that hiring a third party to help with transportation to Winnebago mental health outside of Oshkosh will help reduce 200 extra hours of work each year. And that extra time will now be spent toward other 911 calls throughout our community. MPD says traditionally in these kind of calls, transportation takes 2 officers out of the mix. Officers then spend hours waiting on a patient's placement and then even more time driving when that placement is halfway across the state. MPD's assistant chief says this will not only benefit the officers and other people looking for a police response, but it will also be a better option for mental health help during this transport.
I think it's giving a better transportation experience, if you can call it that, for the individual in crisis. They're not in the back of a squad car handcuffed for an additional 2 hours plus up to Winnebago.
The company Ready Transit was selected after a competitive proposal process and after approval in the legislature to even allow this kind of program. The pilot program started back on June 1st and will run throughout the rest of the summer. Reporting live in Madison, Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Thanks, Catherine. This afternoon, the Senate Committee on Natural Resources and Energy held a hearing to address PFAS in the Wisconsin water system. A new bill would require the DNR to create a municipal PFAS grant program to provide money for PFAS testing. The bill also requires a DNR to provide grants to persons that own property with PFAS contamination that is not known to be the responsibility of the person.
It seems like folks are interested in proposing amendments and that you're certainly interested in hearing those proposals for them.
The bill requires DNR and the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system to enter into a memorandum of understanding to ensure the State Laboratory of Hygiene reduces the costs of conducting testing for PFAS.
Well, 4 people are dead after their plane veered off course and triggered security concerns in our nation's capital.
Natalie Brand has more details from Washington, D.C.
A Ring camera captured the sonic boom that rattled residents in Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, and Southern Maryland Sunday. F-16 fighter jets scrambling to intercept a small plane caused the sound. The aircraft flew into restricted airspace over the nation's capital. The FAA says the Cessna left Elizabethton, Tennessee for Long Island, New York when it suddenly turned around and headed for D.C., then later crashed more than 100 miles away in a remote part of Virginia.
The terrain out here, it's wilderness, is extremely rough, it's extremely steep.
Federal investigators say NORAD made repeated attempts to establish contact, but the pilot did not respond.
Part of this investigation of looking at when exactly did the pilot become unresponsive and why did the airplane fly the flight track that it did fly We don't know that information yet.
Aviation experts say the plane could have lost pressurization, causing the pilot to lose consciousness. All 4 people on board were killed. The plane was registered to a Florida-based company owned by John and Barbara Rumpel. John Rumpel told the New York Times that his daughter, 2-year-old granddaughter, her nanny, and the pilot were on the flight. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The NTSB is just beginning its investigation. Officials say it could take up to 2 years to issue a final report on what happened and why.
Not to that horrific train crash in India over the weekend, which killed an estimated 275 people. Now, families are demanding answers. A warning, this story contains disturbing images. The express passenger train was traveling at around 80 miles an hour when it slammed into a stationary freight train, derailing multiple cars before striking a second passenger train. It's India's worst rail disaster this century. Officials say it was a signal failure, and many people are angry. The country has a massive rail network relied on by more than 20 million passengers a day. Only 45 bodies have been identified. The rest need to be identified through their DNA.
The search for victims at the partially collapsed apartment building in Davenport, Iowa has ended. Over the weekend and early this morning, search teams recovered the bodies of 3 men who had been missing. Authorities say family members of the victims have been notified.
We will be entering a new chapter, a new phase in the process of working through the aftermath of the collapse.
We don't have any other information at this time that there is any additional people missing.
One of the residents injured in the building collapse has sued the city of Davenport and the building's current and former owners, alleging they knew the building had structural problems and failed to warn residents.
Well, the next time you update your license, you may find a few things that look a bit different besides just the expiration date. The new cards feature familiar Wisconsin imagery like the state capitol and state flag. It also features transparent windows on the card's right edge and back bottom edge. The clear ribbon continues off the card's edge and contains cardholder data. Wisconsin is the first state to use such a feature. The card also uses a flipping effect. If you look at the card at one angle, you see a secondary photo, while if you look at it at a different angle, you'll see the cardholder's month and year of birth.
It's magic.
It's just magic.
Yep.
It's a driver's license. Are you looking for something to do around town or the area?
We have 100 ideas for you thanks to a new book from a local author. It's 100 Things to Do in Wisconsin Before You Die. We'll have more right after the break.
Fry Construction is celebrating 28 years with a big anniversary sale. Join us to save 28%. That's right, 28%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 28% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
If you have heart disease and are on a statin, lowering cholesterol can be hard. And diets and exercise add to the struggle. It can feel never-ending. But today, it's possible to go from struggle to cholesterol success with Leqvio. Taken with a statin, Leqvio is proven to lower bad cholesterol by over 50%. So if you feel like you're getting nowhere, go with 2 doses a year of Leqvio and keep bad cholesterol low. Common side effects were injection site reaction, joint pain, urinary tract infection, diarrhea, chest cold, pain in legs or arms, and shortness of breath. When you're ready to go from struggle to cholesterol success, talk to your doctor about twice-yearly Leqvio to help you lower your cholesterol. Lower, longer, Leqvio.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Want to work out for free? This summer at Anytime Fitness, you can get up to 3 months free. Get more for your membership than just machines with 24/7 access and a community of support. Hurry! The earlier you join, the more you save. Stop into Anytime Fitness now and get the summer free.
Experience does count. When you're shopping for new furniture, a mattress set, or flooring, come to the expert experts at McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo. Our experienced staff is well-trained in home decorating and will answer all your questions so you can buy with confidence. You'll find big city selection and an enjoyable shopping experience. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Come see the difference experience can make at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. Apple is the latest company taking a swipe at a wearable device for virtual reality.
The iPhone maker debuted Vision Pro at its annual Worldwide Developers Conference today. The headset allows users to dive into the virtual world through their apps and experiences, while also staying aware of their surroundings. Technology dubbed augmented reality.
You can see, hear, and interact with digital content just like it's in your physical space. And you control Vision Pro using the most natural and intuitive tools, your eyes, hands, and voice. With Vision Pro, you're no longer limited by a display. Your surroundings become an infinite canvas. Capture photos and videos and relive your most important memories in an entirely new way. And connect with people as if you're sharing the same space.
Isn't this how horror movies start? Well, out early next year, the starting price will be about $3,500.
Wow. Huh? What?
Apple also announced a new operating system for its iPhone, iOS 17. It allows users to leave video messages after missed FaceTimes, to monitor voicemail in real time, and to better customize and search text messages.
Well, the airline industry is bouncing back from the pandemic. The International Air Transport Association expects global airlines to make nearly $10 billion in profits this year. That's more than double what the industry's main lobby group forecasted in December. The revised number takes into account cargo revenues, China's reopening to tourists, and lower jet fuel prices. In total, the group says nearly 4.5 billion people will travel by air this year. That's slightly less than the number of passengers who flew in 2019 before the pandemic.
Gas prices could rise slightly soon. Saudi Arabia says it will cut 1 million barrels of oil a day for at least a month starting in July. That has U.S. gas futures ticking up, and some experts are predicting a small increase at the pump. Saudi Arabia is going it alone with the deeper cuts to balance its budget, but OPEC Plus is making news of its own. The BBC reports it's extending the oil reductions it announced in April through next year. It cites the Russian deputy prime minister speaking after the group's Sunday meeting on paper. Those cuts are 1 2/3 barrels per day, although the real-world reductions might be less severe.
Stocks slipped a bit on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials fell almost 200 points. The NASDAQ off 11. The S&P 500 was down 8.5. Well, if you're a newcomer to Wisconsin or have called the Badger State a lifetime home, there's probably at least a few things about America's Dairyland that you don't know about.
From outdoor activities to family fun, there's something for everyone in local author and chef Danelle Gay's new book, 100 Things to Do in Wisconsin Before You Die. There we go.
Danelle, welcome.
Hi there.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
What was the seed for this idea? What was the book? What was the idea for this book?
Well, you know, as a travel writer, when we have this global pandemic when nobody's traveling, I did a great road trip book with some friends, but got to spend a lot more time here in my state instead of being all over the country and all over the planet. So I was lucky to get the contract for this from Reedy Press and be able to kind of make a passport to fun to the Badger State.
What are some of your favorite things that you put in this book?
That's like saying, who's your favorite child?
Too many to list. And you don't need augmented reality.
You know, there's everything. Wisconsin is amazing between our nature and our history and the food scene. It's like a mecca for your mouth. So it kind of depends. I mean, you can sleep on a sub in Manitowoc, you know. You can ride the only shovel-nosed steamer that's available from the 30s. You can do that in Spooner, Wisconsin. We have amazing farm-to-fork restaurants, all sorts of incredible agritourism type things to do. We're just really blessed to have so many wonderful things in our state.
Did you learn new things about the state?
Oh, I'm learning new stuff all the time.
So this book is divided into sections. There's food and recreation and
sports and history. You know, you had to get the Greek freak in there and everything that happened in Milwaukee. There's a lot of fun things in there.
The first thing is eat at a Wisconsin supper club.
Oh yeah, that's a gimme in Wisconsin.
That's the very first thing.
Totally, yeah.
And you have...
That's Contafios from Beaver Dam. They are a Gold Star family, and it's very retro, almost like the 60s walking in there, you know, the wood paneling, the whole thing. They have frog legs on their menu, but they are like a quintessential supper club. They're really great people.
And I love that you have suggestions in the book, and you tell people what is and is not ADA compliant, what they should bring, what they shouldn't bring. So it's really helpful for people who want to go visit these places.
Hints and tips, I think, are always a great thing. I mean, I try to remember when I'm going somewhere to do some research in advance, but it's nice when someone does a little bit of that for you, I always thought.
And then you have the best of, try a beer flight, but then you have a whole list of other places to try as well.
Well, I think we have 389 microbreweries in Wisconsin right now. I could be off on the numbers a little bit. I haven't tried all of them, but I love sampling, and those are such great fun ways to sample and to see what local people are making.
You dedicate the book to your mama.
Yes.
And say that she instilled, or she made everything a big adventure.
She did.
And do you hope that you can do that for other mothers, daughters, sons, and families?
I like to think I'm passing that kind of a legacy on to my own kids. So, yeah, it's... I hate when I hear people say, we'll do that when the kids get older. There's never a better time than now. Take the kids and enjoy and create those memories now. You might go back there again in a year or 5 years and they'll get something totally different out of it, but there's never a better time than now.
And you're giving back with this book as well.
I'm using it to donate up to $1 million back to Wisconsin nonprofit tourism, food pantries like you were just mentioning are getting hit hard, public libraries, and veterans organizations.
Well, good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
100 things to do in Wisconsin before you die. Now, is this a bucket list or before you kick the bucket?
I would like to hope it's a bucket list. There's no date stamped on the bottom of our feet, though, so I think everyone's got time.
Yeah. Great reading, especially take it along on the road trip and have a great time. Danielle, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Well, another thing to do before you die is adopt a loving pet from the Dane County Humane Society.
We have a big list for all of you. We'll meet our pet of the week coming up after Greg's first warm forecast.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning. Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time, long live dreams, and long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali and long live life.
The day you get your Clear Choice dental implants makes every day a let's dig in day, a chow down day, a take a big bite day, a perfectly delicious day, a love my new teeth day. Because your Clear Choice day is the day everything is back on the menu. A Clear Choice day changes every day. Schedule a free consultation.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Well, take a look at this. A group of teenage whiz kids in New Jersey built a fully functional backyard roller coaster. 17-year-old Sammy Trachek and his friends designed and built this lumber labor of love called the Shadow Stalker. It took them just about a year, and they say this 10-foot-high thrill ride isn't done yet. It has nowhere to go but up.
I bet they're the most popular house in the neighborhood.
I bet they are.
It usually doesn't end well eventually.
it often doesn't. But,
it looks like a lot of fun, though.
Speaking of roller coasters, our temperatures are a little up and down here.
Back to where they should be. I'm happy about that.
This weekend was miserable.
It felt like out west in Nevada with the dry heat. I mean, it is dry, and like I said, we do need the rain. Unfortunately, we won't get it. Well, we'll get some, but it's just not widespread enough to really do
Maybe
much.
some tonight.
Some tonight, I think more tomorrow morning, and then Tuesday, but it's just not going to be widespread that if you don't get it now, you probably won't get it till maybe Saturday, too. So,
all right.
Unfortunately, I'll break down the timing of that along with the temperatures and if the heat will ever come back.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Sometimes you're so busy taking care of everyone else, you don't do enough for yourself or your mouth. But eventually it will remind you. When it does, Aspen Dental is here for you. We offer the custom dental treatments you need all under one roof right nearby. So we can bring more life to your smile and more smile to your life, affordably. New patients without insurance can get a complete exam and x-rays for $29 and 20% off treatment plans. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your appointment today.
You got me.
Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Exact Sciences is proud to call Madison our home. We've been in this community for 14 years and are excited to continue to expand here. And one of the things we love about bringing candidates to Madison is showing off the vibrant community we have. And the organizations like the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra put on amazing events and bring that culture to Madison that makes us the vibrant place to live and work. Whether it's through volunteering, funding projects, or connecting on common causes, we play an active role in the community locally and globally.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. Because around here, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after a car accident or return to the job following an injury, it's us fighting the odds and the insurance company to make sure you get the compensation you and your family deserve. No one loves a great comeback story more than Lawton Cates, which motivates us to fight for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're going to see that pattern change coming here with more comfortable temperatures. But if you look at the precip for the next 7 to 10 days, not widespread. We're going to have some tonight, some showers or storms tomorrow. We'll be dry through Friday, and then there's a more opportunity coming next weekend right now. Once again, both opportunities are more hit and miss than widespread. Temperature's definitely going to be cooler. Lower humidity once again this week. The humidity may come up this weekend. We're looking at maybe some heat coming next week, middle of next week, so it's still a ways off. So 90s aren't done yet, but for the meantime, most 70s. Really, the whole heat has pushed to the west. We're seeing these waves come across, diving south from Canada. Eventually, a front is coming through. We'll see more of it, but everything is starting to shift west along with the heat, so it allows us more opportunity to get that northeast wind and get more of that cooler air in Canada to come down here, and that's exactly what's going to go on here for the next couple days or for the week. Overall, for tonight, we're just going to see clouds increasing. The front's going to start pushing southward, but very slowly. Going to take some time to really moisten up the atmosphere with how dry we are, and then overnight, we'll start seeing a few showers to the north, but it will be really after midnight that we'll start seeing some pop up and begin to approach southern Wisconsin as we get into the 60s. Tomorrow morning is probably the opportunity to see the best in southern Wisconsin. Right around really the morning commute, we'll see showers and a few thunderstorms hit and miss here. Watch southwest Wisconsin. I still think that would be the area that will see probably the better shot of seeing at least maybe some more widespread precipitation, more spotty in nature, but you can see already behind it by 10, we're starting to dry out. The front's pushing south. We'll see more thunderstorms probably southwestern over to eastern Iowa in the afternoon as that front kind of stalls out over there. But by afternoon, look at the temperatures, upper 70s with that northeast wind, much more comfortable. Off and on cloud cover, but I think precipitation in the afternoon will pretty much be limited to west of Madison. And as we go Tuesday night, you'll still see some development here just because of that front is just hanging over in that area. But overall, it should be a fairly quiet night. And that goes into Wednesday with just generally nice conditions, more sunshine. We'll get rid of the cloud cover to the west, but overall, temperature-wise, it should be fairly comfortable. Smoke-wise, really just this evening, and then the wind change along with some precipitation should help push all that to the south. So it may linger around tomorrow, but definitely won't be as hazy, so don't see we'll have any air quality issues tomorrow through Tuesday. And then Wednesday, everything kind of thins out for that. You can see up to the north where it's actually picking up the fires there in Quebec too, and that's originally where all this smoke was from. Overall, big picture for next week, the rest of the week, all the precipitation really pushes to the west or to the south. So we still say fairly dry. It's not till the weekend that it starts beginning to return a little bit of thunderstorm activity through the weekend that we'll start seeing it pulled north. Not a great opportunity once again, but that is an opportunity to see. And then by Sunday, everything pushes right back to the south. So the good news is no heat through the weekend, but we will see maybe some wet conditions come Saturday. And you can see on the 7 to 10 day that once we get past this, upper 70s, which is right near average for this time of year, low 80s, humidity-wise should be very low, even 40s overnight for temperatures. And then the weekend, probably the best shot of showers and thunderstorms is going to be Saturday right now, it looks like, and then dry after that. And you see towards the end, the heat may come back next Wednesday, Thursday. We'll watch for that. But otherwise, we need the rain.
Yeah, we do.
I don't see a widespread, daily deluge that everyone's going to get rain, but it's going to be hit and miss.
This is just like the desert.
Unfortunately,
hot during the day and cool at night.
Cool at night, and this is summer precipitation. It's hit and miss, unfortunately.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Millions are getting their hands dirty to mark World Environment Day, an event celebrating action around the globe to help save the planet.
CBS's Tina Kraus has the story from London.
In the race to clean up a polluted planet, Paris has an ambitious game plan. Working around the clock to make the toxic River Seine swimmable for the Summer Olympics next year.
The biggest polluter of the Seine River are the big rain events, which bring a lot of untreated sewage in the water through combined sewer overflows.
World Environment Day is giving workers an extra push to finish the job.
Our main goal, of course, is the Olympic Games.
4,000 miles east, a sea of toxic foam covers one of India's most polluted and sacred rivers. Activists are calling on the government to wake up and help clean it up. Residents have endured filthy water for decades. It's estimated about 80% of wastewater from households pours into the river untreated. With plastic pollution plaguing the planet, efforts are underway worldwide to get rid of it. In West Africa's Ivory Coast, there's a financial incentive as volunteers get cash for bottles they sell to recyclers. In any language, the message is the same. We need to clean up the environment, he says. I decided to start right where I live. And the United Nations says that's what it's all about. everyone doing their part to create a more sustainable world. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Coming up next on Live at 4, Gen Z is taking a liking to older technology. And those of you still holding on to your Motorola Razr, you have a special treat in store.
I still have mine. And then at 5, a new bill would end the prosecution of minors for sex work. We'll have that story coming up at 5.
Brand new Metro Transit routes and schedules start Sunday, June 11th. Less transferring, easier to use. Visit mymetrobus.com or call 608-266-4466 to plan your trip and look for ride guides out on the streets.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time. Long live dreams. And long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali and long live life.
Create the ultimate backyard getaway with the 11% off everything at Menards. We have the best selection of decking, blocks, grills, and outdoor furniture to transform your yard from ordinary to extraordinary. Let Menards help you get the perfect Father's Day gift early with a Char Griller 2-burner propane gas griddle. Right now, get one for just $229.99 after 11% rebate. Save big money on your next project now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Brand new Metro Transit routes and schedules start Sunday, June 11th. Less transferring, easier to use. Visit mymetrobus.com or call 608-266-4466 to plan your trip and look for ride guides out on the streets.
New at 5, Madison police get some help to aid those facing mental health crises. We look at how a new partnership will impact the pitfalls of emergency detention.
Wildfire smoke will move out tonight as a few showers and isolated thunderstorms develop overnight. There'll be a chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, but the rainfall will be spotty. At 5, I'll let you know how much rain is expected.
And ahead at 6, we sit down with one of the authors of a new bill that could make it easier for child trafficking victims to come forward. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Given the weather satellite a spin, we end up in Palm Beach, or Long Beach, California.
Looks nice out there.
64 degrees.
Much more comfortable.
It's been very cool out there.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. Lisa Bernard from the Dane County Humane Society is here. Welcome to you.
Hello.
Who do we have here today?
This is Isadora.
Isadora.
Hello.
She is beautiful.
She's Isadorable.
She is. 1 year old.
She just turned 1 a couple months ago. She had a very long trip here from Texas last month, so from an overcrowded shelter there. So we're trying to find her a new home. She's so sweet.
Yeah, she's been very nice this whole time.
Yeah, she's very quiet the entire drive here, very quiet. When I go to her kennel, she'll jump up at first, and then I'll tell her sit, and she sits really well.
Really?
She knows sit so well, and she'll let me get in her kennel just fine.
And she walks great?
She walks great.
No pulling?
No, she wasn't pulling, and she even wanted to lay down on the grass and just let me pet her belly. She loves to play with toys, and she loves to run around.
So greyhound mix, maybe?
Possibly, yes. That's what they're leaning towards.
And yeah, and you said that she walks really well and doesn't try to charge away.
No, she was doing really great with me, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah. What is it you want?
She probably wants another treat. So treats should be given open palm for her just because she can be a little rough with a treat here. Oh, no.
I'm over here. Oh, there you go.
Sounds good.
Might get a couple of treats.
Sounds good.
So she is treat motivated, and she's been working on, yes, exactly, especially in summer. And she's also working on when you tell her to go down for laying down. So very nice.
And speaking of summer, it's been kind of hot.
Yes.
We got to take care of our friends.
We do. We have to keep them safe. So we're reminding pet parents to watch your pet, look for
extra water.
Extra water. Give them extra water. They're going to be drinking more. Do more refills. Take walks earlier in the day or later in the evening when the temperatures go down. Also, just looking for if they're overheated, because then they're going to be nausea. They're going to be vomiting, nausea. They're going to be panting more than what they normally do. I know it's kind of hard to tell when they're already panting, right? But it will be quite excessive.
Right.
So, and just watching out for their overall health, and then watching out for how hot that asphalt is.
Right, they can burn their feet.
Yes, because they don't have fur on their feet. It's just skin.
And
so
never leave them in the car.
Never leave them. Even if you think you'll be gone for only 5 minutes, it could easily pass by a lot quicker.
It heats up fast in there, too.
It does, very quickly.
Last time, we had Rosa, or was it Rose?
Rose.
Rose.
And Rose's been adopted.
Yay! I imagine she was.
Yes, she was very sweet.
All right,
too.
that's Isadora a home here, right?
Such a sweet girl.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah, so mellow.
For 1 year's age?
Yeah. She loves snuggles, too.
All right, go to giveshelter.org for information on Isadora and all the other animals available. Lisa, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Good luck. Good girl. You're a good girl.
I think someone will snatch her right up.
All right. Do you ever feel like you or your kids spend a little too much time staring at the smartphone screen?
Well, members of Gen Z are leading a mini revolution toward unplugging by looking back to technology from the early 2000s. Jared Hill explains.
Is going dumb the new way to get smart? So-called dumb phones, that is.
Why my friends and I only take our flip phones out.
Gen Zers like Sammy Palazzolo have been forging a path away from the constant connection of smartphones in search of a digital detox.
We realize that every single problem that we have on a night out, everything that leads to us crying, everything that leads to us having a bad hookup, everything that leads to us having a bad time, stems from our phone.
Smartphones still dominate the mobile phone market, but mobile tech companies are reporting a rise in sales in the U.S. for their most basic models, thanks to Gen Z.
Young people themselves are kind of self-censoring and saying, I don't really need the negative mental health and social harms that come with an always connected life.
The flip back to what are called feature phones, good for just a quick call or basic texting, comes as the U.S. Surgeon General issued a new advisory warning of the mental health effects that social media and too much screen time are having on young people.
We know, for example, that when teens are using more than 3 hours a day of social media, they're facing double the risk of depression and anxiety symptoms.
Young or not as young, experts say people trying to unplug don't need to take an all-or-nothing approach. Turn off notifications, put the phone on Do Not Disturb, even change the color to grayscale to make using the screen less exciting. Jared Hill, CBS News.
I do miss my flip phone.
I got to dig out my old Razor.
Yeah, the battery was good. You could, when you were done with the call, you could just snap it back. Very dramatic.
Flip it open.
Yeah, can't do that with an iPhone.
No, you can't. Well, it was a big weekend at the box office thanks to a spider.
Will Loper has the numbers and suggestions on what to watch when Live at 4 continues.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeofHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Smith's Service Center for Best Non-Dealer Auto Service Shop. Vote today for Smith's Service Center on MadisonMagazine.com.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At
Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Welcome to the Spectrum Lab, where we're bringing you the best in connectivity with Spectrum One.
Get Spectrum One with Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, plus your first line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, free for 12 months. Call 833-823-4999.
Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest internet speeds in the nation, so you always have the speed you need for all your connected devices. This guy gets it.
Advanced Wi-Fi comes with state-of-the-art security and privacy, which automatically blocks online threats on all your devices. If it's connected, it's protected.
Plus, Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data on a reliable nationwide network.
At Spectrum, we're always working to bring you better ways to connect.
You think they noticed the orb? I think so. Get Spectrum One with Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, plus your first line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, free for 12 months. Call 833-823-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or Spectrum Store today.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain. Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Yeah, we do have an incident right now. US 12, the Beltline really has been backed up because of a crash here near Agricultural Drive. The left lane was blocked. That was about 4 o'clock. So still you can see the traffic is backed up. Another incident too on the interstate, but that overall it's not impeding traffic too much. Overall, if we look to the west, looking good to Mount Horeb, up to the north to the Dells. We're also looking good too, and down to Janesville, no issue to speak of. Once again, tomorrow morning is when we expect the showers, thunderstorms for morning commute. Could be some of the showers that we could see through the area, especially if you're heading southwest at US 151 towards Platteville and also in Madison area too. So something to keep in mind of if you're out and about tomorrow. We'll probably be dealing with some rain, which we haven't dealt with in quite some time, you guys.
Yeah, we'd gladly deal with it, that's for sure. Greg, thank you. As the high travel season heats up, airline passengers may encounter new technology at the security line in more than a dozen airports across the country, a digital identification program that uses facial recognition.
This TSA checkpoint has gotten a high-tech upgrade using this facial recognition camera system to compare a flyer's face to the picture on their ID in seconds. If there's not a match, the TSA officer is alerted for further review.
Well, facial recognition, first and foremost, is much more accurate, and we've tested this extensively. It brings the accuracy level close to 100% from like mid 80% with just a human looking at a facial match.
The program has been rolled out to more than 24 airports nationwide since 2020, but is currently voluntary for flyers. Most images are deleted after use, but some information is encrypted and retained for up to 24 months as part of the ongoing review of how the technology performs. There are skeptics, of course. 5 U.S. senators sent this letter demanding TSA halt the program, and privacy advocates worry about the lack of regulations around facial recognition generally, and that it may be less accurate with people of color. It was all about the Spider-Verse at the box office over the weekend.
Here's our Will Loper with the numbers and suggestions of what to watch in the Loper Report.
Hey, Mark and Brady. The sequel, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, swung its way to #1 at the box office, making $120 million this past weekend, over 3 times what the original film made. But is the film worth seeing?
My name is Miles Morales. I'm Brooklyn's one and only Spider-Man, and things are going great.
When Into the Spider-Verse was released in 2018, it was praised for its inventive animation style and unique story that brought in 5 Spider-Mans from other universes, like a film noir Spider-Man voiced by Nick Cage.
Wherever I go, the wind follows. And the wind, it smells like rain.
This sequel takes that premise and multiplies it by about 1 million. This time around, Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy find themselves in a verse filled with hundreds more versions of Spider-Man, including a punk rock and an Indian version, all facing off against a new villain, the Spot.
So wait a minute, there's an elite crew with all the best spider people in it?
Who's the new guy?
This is unbelievable.
This is the lobby.
The animation style is just as inventive this time around, with even more styles thrown at your eyeballs, including a villain animated to look like he's made of paper. And the story explores emotions and what it means to be a hero even deeper than the first film. And it's those emotional moments combined with the breathtaking action sequences that make this movie a must-see and the best of the year so far.
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Web-sling your way to the nearest theater and see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse on the biggest screen possible. Over on streaming services, prepare for the upcoming Dial of Destiny with the 4 Indiana Jones films, newly streaming on Disney+.
Indiana Jones. Always knew someday you'd come walking back through my door.
Newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video tomorrow is the 2022 film Tar.
You want to dance the mask? You must service the composer.
Cate Blanchett plays composer Lydia Tarr in the critically acclaimed character study.
Do you ever find yourself overwhelmed by emotion?
Yes. Yes, that does happen.
And newly streaming on Hulu and Disney Plus this Friday, check out the film Flamin' Hot.
The guy started at the very bottom. I know I don't look it, but I got a PhD. I'm poor, hungry, and determined, sir.
Okay, I can see you're gonna be a weird one.
The biographical film tells the story of the invention of Flaming Hot Cheetos.
An idea. It's a spicy chip. It's gonna change everything. It will save our factory. And you're a janitor. Okay, no, hang on.
And now I'm craving some hot Cheetos. For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
Burns good or burns bad?
It burns good.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I like those
Flaming hot.
behind-the-scenes
Yeah.
things.
All right, we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Are you sure about this?
I got this. I watched the video online.
I'm good. I'm good. I can't help you with that bruised ego, but I can help you replace this roof safely.
Let the experts at Feldco do the heavy lifting this summer with 30% off roofing and siding. Plus, no interest until 2025.
30% off roofing and siding ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto, a medicine specifically designed for heart failure. Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, you can keep on doing what you love. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. And trust your heart to Entresto.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
New at 5, Madison Police get some help for coming to the aid of those in mental health crises. How a new partnership will impact the pitfalls of emergency detention. That's coming up on News 3 Now.
You can smell it long before you see it. A little pungent in here. Oh my gosh. Yep, there's nothing like Limburger, and there's only one place in the country that makes it. Come along as I travel to Ground Zero to take in the smell of success. Thursday at 6. Oh.
Yeah, since we got a lot of people using the sprinklers, something to keep in mind of. You want that relativity to be quite high to be effective with that rain that you're putting on the ground. So definitely something to keep in mind of. Probably best towards later tomorrow morning and tomorrow morning that you're going to actually have some precip and maybe actually have higher humidity. Tonight, those are your chances for, tomorrow, upper 70s. Rain in the morning, probably less of it in the afternoon. Cooler conditions, and then we're looking at cool, dry conditions with maybe some showers coming back in for the weekend, you guys.
All right, any drop, we'll take it. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, we'll have the latest medical news from UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff.
And June is here. Consumer Reports has the best buys if you're looking for a gift for dad or a grad.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
First Choice Dental's got going to the dentist solved. And when you've got 11 convenient neighborhood clinics, you can solve a lot of problems, like helping you make the most of your insurance. With Coverage Check, schedule your appointment at firstchoicedental.com.
The history of your home is in your air ducts. Every soccer match, every game of fetch, every home improvement project accumulates dirt and dust in your ductwork, impacting the efficiency of your HVAC system and the air quality of your home. Combat the buildup of everyday living with a whole system air duct cleaning by Stanley Steamer. Our certified technicians extract contaminants from your ducts into our specialized cleaning trucks, so you dust less and your family breathes easier with cleaner indoor air. Go online to schedule your free estimate today.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too. Jardiance may cause serious side effects including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with the big story to tell.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Touch, hooray for Hollywood. Leftovers.
A soon-to-be underway auction promises the motherlode of movie memorabilia. Movie buffs, get out your checkbooks because one of Hollywood's premier prop houses is getting ready for a massive movie fire sale that could land you Harry Potter's cloak or the Dark Knight's bat pod. More than 1,400 items are up for grabs at Prop Store's huge Hollywood auction in late June that could haul in as much as $12 million. There are too many Tinseltown trinkets to name, but the highlights include Michael Keaton's bathsuit, Rose's dress, the Titanic, a baseball glove from the Field of Dreams, a gremlin of Gremlins, and a thing from Thing.
And so much more.
A lot of stuff.
I would want the Michael Keaton's bat suit.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
No money for that, though.
Not in the budget.
Nope.
All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News for Now at 5 starts right now.